Again in just a second. Boop, 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 boo. Log out. Log out. Start watching. Boo, doop, boo. Hello? I muted myself. Oh, there we go. Yeah, it's working. Alright, close that. And we're sending this on the Discord. Wham, bam, thank you, ma'am. Alright, let's do this. What's going on, everybody? Mobius Y back again on Stellaris Console Edition. Time of recording this Tuesday, May 12th. Okay, so earlier we spent a couple hours looking at a whole bunch of new stuff that the game brought into. Okay, blah, 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 get rid of that. Sorry, looking at a new YouTube comment. Let me open up the Twitch app on my phone so I can follow chat. Anyways, the usual thing that I do, for those of you who are kind of new, coming by my streams, or new to my YouTube stuff, I tend to always have an ongoing stream game where I only play it when I'm streaming. Ninja Master, welcome back, buddy. Thanks for coming back again. So we're going to start a new game and do just that. This will actually enable me to look at some of the newer stuff right now as we get a little further in the game and show it to you and how it works and what to do with it as well. I always try to be a little bit informational in some way, shape, or form every time I stream as well, because questions come up all the time. Snap, Crackle, Glock, what's going on, buddy? Jeremy, what do you want? Mob. Matt Morals, what's up? Sedner's Theory, how's it going? Elk, you're back. Colby, you're back too. All right, bunch of people jumping back in. Okay, so before we got the conversion to 2.2, people have wanted me to play a Hive Mind Empire, and I was hoping to do that before we got the update, but things happened and I wasn't able to stream it. So we're going to do that now. We're going to create a custom empire, and it's going to be a Hive Mind Empire. So we won't be able to pick a machine empire, although they are also a Gestalt consciousness, but they're not the same as a Hive Mind, so we're going to have to do something else. Let's do a, you know what, I don't think I've done a Plantoid stream game, so let's pick, let's pick something, let's be the Grudians. Yep, there we go. Name. The Grudy. Tutti Frutti, I'm going to eat myself some Grudy. And then we are... And the plural is Grutai. The Grudii. All your Grudii pops belong to us. And we are the Grudians. Hi, Horizon YT. Matt, I don't understand what you mean by saying everything is slow now. Ship suffix, prefix, excuse me. I always like doing something similar to the Empire name. Let's take a look. Name list. Let's take a look at some Plantoid ones. Oh, you know what? We're gonna do this one. Machine 1. So that our leaders' names are Unit M2, Unit C8, etc., etc. How are you enjoying 2.2 and Synthetic Non? Are you asking me or are you asking the viewers? Okay, what do we want to do for our pops? We definitely want some rapid breeders because yes. What else? Nomadic would be good because we also have pop growth from immigration. Everything just seems slower than they did before. Synthon is interesting. I mean, if you say so, I don't really agree, and I'll tell you why once we actually get into the game. What else should we do? We're going to go ahead and do a little bit of a Unity rush, if possible. So we'll take Traditional, and then... Can we take Deviants? I don't think we could take Deviants if we're Hive Mind. Ruler, female, male, doesn't really matter. Color variants? Do we have more color variants on this? Kind of, sort of. Let's check out if they're different if you're male. I guess not. I'm loving Synthetic Dawn. You silly. Repugnant. I think it's faster. I do too. Yeah, let's make it a male. Do something with plants. Something. Oh, hey, there we go. There's a little vine on the left. Ruler title. The ruler is our taproot. Or sorry, our tap Groot. Tap Groot. Yeah, I just did that. All right. Name. Ceton? What? The leader is Groot. He's spelled differently. I am head Groot. I'm head Grootian Groot. Yep, that makes perfect sense. Yeah, totally. Belcomosa Prime, Queptilian Prime. Grootian Central. I know, Grooty Central. And then the star system is Groot Star. Grootian Star. Early game is slow. IMO slower than usual. You're on drugs, Matt. You're on drugs. Grootian Star. Starting random. Ooh. I actually did not realize this. So we actually have different star systems in changing over to 2.2. You're no longer just picking between Sol, which is the home system for the UNE, or Deneb, which is the home system for the Commonwealth of Man, or a random star system. You can actually choose random trinary and binary and single star systems. That's pretty cool. So we're just going to leave it completely random, because we don't know what we're going to get. Sleep deprivation. Okay, well, get some sleep so you're no longer saying crazy shit. We're gonna do a... I don't know. Let's just do a regular Continental World, sure. City appearance, plantoid, why not? Empire, can we do Gestalt consciousness? Let's take a look at our traits. Yeah, we can't be deviant. I didn't think so. What else? Let's see. Something else we can do. Now, we can't do thrifty because trade value isn't the thing. Quarrelsome, can't pick that because we are traditional. Can't do conformist or deviance. Decadent doesn't matter because happiness doesn't matter. And we don't have to deal with consumer goods, so we can't pick these traits either, so that's fine. Geez, I don't know what the hell to grab. I don't want sedentary. That's not a very good pick anymore. Pop housing uses plus 10%. I don't think that's a terribly bad one. Yeah, I think Ryan can highly agree that the extra housing isn't a big deal, so we'll take that one. Solitary, and then we're good. So let's go back to the Empire. And for our civics, as much fun as it would be to play as a Devouring Swarm, I do need to go over some other things. Why couldn't we get the thing that increases trade again? I'll have to double check that. I might be on drugs and just making shit up, and I don't want to do that. Increased research alternatives? No. Let's do one mind for major Unity rush. What else? What else? Increased naval capacity? Don't care about that. Yeah, there's really no other great picks for Hive Mind civics, to be totally honest. Nah, extra housing is a great one to take. Free points. Yeah, pretty much. Non-adaptive removal was the go-to before today. Well, non-adaptive is still a top-notch red pick because it's one of the only ones that gives you back 2 points. Reducing pop amenities usage sounds pretty pointless to me. Admin cap, pointless. Research alternatives, not too bad, but eh. Increased leader level cap and leader pool size, who cares? I don't know. Let's... I might just do Subsumed Will for the reduced Edict cost, just for the hell of it. Actually, let's do Subspace EFAPS for the increased naval capacity, eh? I think so. We'll go with that, and then let's do the... oh yeah, perfect. Hey, we're the Groody Collective. Perfect. That's exactly what I was thinking of. What's another good one? Let's see. What's a good one? Round? I don't know. Let's take a look at the ornate ones. Oh, here we go. A flower. It's planty, right? It's planty. Very, very plant-like. Now, I'd like to choose colors that are very visible, especially as your primary, because with the way the borders are now, your primary color is actually the edge of your borders. It outlines your borders with your primary color. So if it's something nice and visible, it's a lot easier to spot. Hey, like this pink. Let's go with that. Beautiful. Love it. And then here's a good one. These blend together pretty nicely. Let's put that in a circle. Yeah, do that. Or maybe not. Yeah, we'll do that. It's a big plant at the top of the world. I'm still trying to grasp the updated economy. I think a lot of people are feeling that way, Noctis. Ship appearance, obviously we'll do plantoid. And advisor voice, we're going to stick with the Hive Mind.
Is a prison from which only we have escaped.
Yep, we'll do that. All right, we are the Groody Collective. Playing as a Gestalt consciousness, we're a basic Hive Mind. Not doing Devouring a Swarm, although we cannot pick that anymore later on in the game. So that's unfortunate. So it's just going to be a basic Hive Mind, not a Devouring Swarm this time around, because there are some things that I do think I need to show throughout this playthrough that I can't cover if I'm a Devouring Swarm. So we're going to go ahead and jump into this. Oddball. Yep. Let's do this. Do you wish to proceed? So we're still going to do a 600-star galaxy. We'll make it a... we'll do a 2-arm spiral. Let's throw a few AI empires in there. Let's do 4. One of them will start off advanced. We'll put in 2 fallen empires. I'm going to drop the tech tradition cost down to 0.5% from normal. So we'll be getting the techs and traditions twice as fast as we should be. Habitable worlds, I'm going to drop that down to, let's do about 2.5. Primitive civilizations, we'll drop that down as well. Crisis strength, we'll leave it maxed. Screw it. Mid-game start year, 2300. End-game start year, 2400. Victory year, I don't care. We're going to leave that off. Difficulty, let's put it on captain. Want to give some bonuses to the AI. We'll turn off scaling difficulty. AI aggressiveness, turn that on high. Empire placement random. Advanced neighbors on. And then the real kicker, hyperlane density, we'll leave that at 1. Abandoned gateways, let's turn that up to 2. And wormhole pairs, turn that up to 2 as well. 2 guaranteed habitable worlds, and not Iron Man, obviously. So this will be very interesting. Amenities are your friend when it comes to the new economy. Housing districts to make the clerks, and then focus on specializing your districts if you can. I don't know, man. You got to use a lot of clerks to make enough amenities for a really high-pop planet, so I kind of like just building one of those holo theaters. Idea, name a devouring swarm the munchies. Crusading brownie, that is a great idea. I wish you were here about 5 minutes ago. I am doing good, Razor. How are you? 5 times hyperlane density. No, I'm not doing that. It looks ridiculous. We looked at that earlier. You can't have it that high anyways. I think it's like 2.75, and then it just says full. And full is like, if there's a nearby star, there's a hyperlane between them. That was pretty comical. Alright. Got a lot of people jumping in here. Okay, let's do this. First stream game in 2.2. I'm excited. And hopefully I don't completely mess this up. Okay, just the usual flavor text. Okay, so where are we exactly? Looks like we're on the outer arm. Okay, so I'm firing up a new game. The very first thing you want to do is take a look at hyperlanes you can already see and try to identify where some natural hyperlane choke points are. Like this spot here, where it's just this looks like it's probably a neutron star, or sorry, not a neutron star, a pulsar in another star. This little spot here, that's a choke point because you have to go through either one of these star systems to get closer to our empire. And the same thing with up here. If this pulsar doesn't branch off up here as well, this pulsar system and then these 2 star systems connected to it technically are also choke points. We want to try to identify where all of these choke points are because we want to snake out and grab those choke points with a star base as quickly as possible. Freddy chills. JB, let's do this! Taking is nice and slow, seeing a lot of people getting overwhelmed. Yeah. Those buildings are also great, definitely towards the mid-game. I agree. Elk, good to see you again, man. Thanks for coming by. Okay, so we actually have different traditions, I do believe, because we are a Gestalt consciousness. So instead of harmony, we have synchronicity, and instead of diplomacy, we have adaptability, which is kind of nice. So the first thing we're going to go for in this instance is expansion, because we want to get this amoebic synapses, which reduces the influence cost of our star bases. And then we're going to try to push for one mind, which increases the amount of starting pops on a new colony, and spawning frenzy with a plus 10% pop growth speed, which are huge. So we'll get that. I think for Ascension Perks, we'll just start with Technological Ascendancy. It's a very safe pick. Still a very good pick in this game. And then what else can we start to go for? I don't know. Hive Worlds would be a decent one to get to at some point, but you can't pick it until your third Ascension perk. Ascension perk. Talking is hard today, apparently. I just got wrecked as a driven a simulator just a minute ago. Beautiful. Yes, there's terrain now too, so be careful when fighting. Oh yes, Hive Worlds. What were the species traits? We'll take a look at that for you. So we're a regular Hive Mind, not a machine empire. We have the One Mind Civic, which increases our unity, and Subspace of FAPS, which increases our naval capacity. Since naval capacity actually means something in the game now, it's no longer bugged. It actually does have an effect on your ship upkeep. And then for the species itself, we're going to go down here to people, open up our species. We are hive-minded, so our pops are not affected by happiness. Whoop-de-doo. I went with traditional to increase unity from jobs an additional 10%, and rapid breeders to increase growth speed by 10%. And then I also took solitary, which increases pop housing usage by 10%. Machine Worlds 2 are also really good, yes. So yeah, there's that. Now, you'll notice that you can't immediately send out your military ships to explore the galaxy anymore. What you need to do in order to be able to have your ships move around, you have to use your science ships, and you have to tell them to explore to certain systems. These systems that you've not been to and you haven't discovered all the hyperlanes for yet, those are unexplored systems. You need your science ship to fly in them and explore first. So we're just going to fly this guy out a little bit. We'll actually have him explore to this system to see where these additional... you can very lightly see them. There's additional hyperlanes branching off of all three of these systems. So we'll see where they go, and if there's another kind of... what's the word I'm looking for? Another kind of choke point that we could push out that's further away. Let's... where's the... Wow. Oh, okay. So I totally shuffled around the outliner, and now it's like staying that way. Okay, that's good to know. I didn't notice that previously because I moved it back to what I'm used to. Okay, planets I want to keep a look at, so we'll leave that there. Military fleets, we'll move that down. Civilian ships, and we'll move that up to the top, I think. There we go. Okay. We need to pick our science research options. Field modulation is fine. Pop growth speed, yes, absolutely. Another really good option would have been the other one that increases our unity output. We got two good options here between powered exoskeletons and nanomechanics. So we'll start with nanomechanics to increase our science output. These two options, they're additional ship components. Don't need to worry about that just yet. Ground defense planning, whatever, don't really care. But this planetary unification, it no longer increases your influence output, it increases your monthly unity by an exact 2-point increase. Again, ceramo metal materials, more ship components, don't really care about that just yet. Powered exoskeletons, this could be a really good pick, but I'm going to start trying to tech up first. If you see this genome mapping technology pop up, I highly recommend you prioritize this over anything else. If you ever see genome mapping, doesn't matter what the hell else there is, grab this one. It's a permanent plus 10% pop growth speed increase, and in this version of the game, pops are everything, and you want to get your pops as quickly as possible, so grab that. We also need to go to our shipyards and get another science ship. So that actually reminds me that we need to get another scientist leader. Let's take a look at our scientists. And we have some mediocre ones. Another expertise particles. So not very good options. We got two more scientists with particles expertise and one more with military theory. It's better to explore first to locate choke points that to then expand and survey towards. Exactly. Helps to make sure your goalpost systems stay in focus. What Ryan said. You want to explore first to identify where you are building out to initially, and then start having some science ships doing some surveying. You actually do want to try and get a few science ships online as quickly as possible. I've actually learned that having like 4 to 5 science ships as quickly as you can, spending those first batches of alloys on an additional science ship, just like in the previous version of the game, but now also getting a whole bunch extra for the really, really early game. It's hugely beneficial. So we've also got this special Hive Warren building. It's unique to Hive Minds, increases our housing and grants a maintenance drone job, and maintenance drones is what increases our amenities. We also instead have a Hive core, so this is instead of regular capital buildings. Adds a lot of housing, bunch of amenities, gives some Synapse drone jobs, maintenance drone jobs, and hunter-seeker drone jobs. So various different jobs. Maintenance depots, a bunch of maintenance drones, again increases our amenities. We've still got a research lab. All of your starting worlds will have one of these, and you have 1 alloy foundry as well. So you get 2 researchers, or in this case 2 brain drone jobs, and this one would normally be 2 metallurgists, but we've got 2 foundry drone jobs in this case. So you're getting your base research and alloys off of those buildings. Spawning pools. This is a unique one to Hive Mind Empires. Spawning drones increase amenities and pop growth speed. So these are really, really good. If you colonize a new world, you want to build a spawning pool on it as soon as you can to get that spawning drone job filled in. And we're going to take a look at our jobs. So Hive Minds are very different, again, because they don't have the 3 strata between the rulers, the specialists, and the workers. They only have complex drone jobs and menial drone jobs. So menial drone jobs are kind of like your workers, and then complex drone jobs would be your rulers and your specialists. And I do believe, if I recall correctly, your pops can shuffle between these strata at any time. Ryan, if you could just double confirm that for me. Whereas in a regular empire, you can have workers get promoted to specialists or rulers at almost any time if there's a job open, but it actually takes time for one of them to get demoted from, say, a ruler or specialist down to a worker, or from a ruler down to a specialist, because they're being demoted. They're less willing to do that. So our menial drone jobs are pretty straightforward. We got our maintenance drones that produce our amenities. Our tech drones do energy, agri drones for food, mining drones for minerals. That should be pretty obvious. Our complex drones, we always want to try and get a spawning drone as quickly as possible because it increases pop growth speed an additional 25%. Our Synapse drones are kind of like our rulers a little bit. They're producing society, research, and unity. And then we've got our brain drones. These are the researchers. They're producing science in each branch. Foundry drones giving us our alloys, and hunter-seeker drones. These are kind of like your enforcers, I suppose, or your soldiers. And they turn, what's it producing? A little bit of unity, reducing crime, and I can't tell what that last one is, plus something or other. I think it's planetary defense armies. So yeah, the hunter-seeker drone, basically kind of like an enforcer, reducing crime. And your enforcers are your police officers in a regular empire. So there's all that going on. So if we actually take a look at our surface there, at the very, very top where it says planet status, we've got 61% stability, which is decent, could be better. 0% crime, which, you know, should be expected because you're probably going to get that filled out by keeping your jobs full, not having unemployed pops, and having your enforcers and your enforcer jobs filled out. We have 5 available housing, so that will actually drop down as we get more pops. And then the last one in the top right is 12 amenities. So we have 12 additional amenities on top of what we actually need. So it should be producing extra happiness and stability for our pops. We have a total of 32 pops right now. And on the far right, where the green 0 is, there are 0 that are unemployed, which is fantastic. It's very, very, very important to monitor that. You can also look at it here in the population screen. Over here on the left underneath jobs, It'll show you how many total, like on the far left of this little portion here where my cursor is glowing, it's showing that we have a total of 8 complex drones, and there are 0 unemployed complex drones. And then in the little boxes, it shows you how many complex drones working what jobs and whatnot. As more jobs open up, those numbers will change to yellow, and it will show, for example, if I'm going to actually build another alloy foundry, you'll see that our foundry drones, it will actually say 2 out of 4 in yellow text once I do that. And then menial drones, we have 24 of them, 0 of them are unemployed, and then it breaks down all the different jobs that are available and where they're working and whatnot. So those are probably the 2 most important things to look at when you are 50% pop approval rating. Interesting how it says there's happiness, even though it's a hive mind and happiness isn't a thing. Shit, my boy's starting to crawl. Dope. Another thing to look at here, rare planetary features. This is kind of important. It's showing that we have no rare features here, but we have 3 blockers right now, and we have space for 7 additional districts to build. The total districts you can build is how many districts you can build between your hive district, or in regular Empire's case, your city districts, your generator districts, your mining districts, and your agriculture districts. Your city districts, or in this case your hive districts, will produce a lot more housing than the other 3 districts. But these 3 districts will produce more beneficial jobs. Like your generator districts will give you technicians for energy credits. In this case, they give us tech drones. Mining districts, miners for minerals, obviously, and agriculture district will be farmers for food. So between these 4 district types, we have room on this planet to build 7 more total. That doesn't count that the generator district, for example, I can only build 4 more generator districts on this planet. Same with the mining district. That's why there's some colored boxes that are filled in solid, because we have 2 generator districts built and 2 mining districts already built, and we can build 4 more of each. So if I built 4 generator districts, I'd only be able to build 3 more mining districts, because our total district of districts available, is a maximum of 7 right now. But in order to open up some more districts, you need to clear some of these blockers. So, for example, we can actually clear some of these industrial wastelands, and this will increase the amount of maximum agriculture districts we can build. So if you look over here on the agriculture districts, some of the boxes are either blocked out with a little kind of red mark, or they're grayed out. We can't build stuff on that. There's also this blocker, and I do believe this one is on every capital world of every kind of empire. And this one is collapsed boroughs, but I believe in a regular empire it was sprawling slums. When you clear it, your max districts goes up by 1. And you actually create another pop. So pretty good to clear that blocker when possible. What else is there to look at? Summary is where you go to your planetary features, and that shows you, go to the summary tab, you go to planet modifiers, and this shows you modifiers like we've seen previously, like exceptional quality minerals that would increase mineral output by like 50% on the planet, stuff like that. So you can take a look at that there. Armies, defense armies automatically generate from the amount of pops that you have, as well as I do believe if you put some pops into certain jobs, that also produces more defense armies as well. So there's that. We only have 100 minerals right now, but we're gonna fix that. I don't need to worry about consumer goods because I'm a hive mind and we don't use consumer goods, so that's a good thing. We're going to go to the internal market really quick, and I'm actually going to sell off all my extra food to get a bunch more energy credits, and then I'm going to buy another 100 minerals. Actually, what did I do that for? I needed to recruit a new scientist. Moby, you dumb. Ah, I fucked that up. What's that Angry Joe saying? You done fucked it up! But you know what? That's okay. Not a big deal. We can use those extra minerals to take the construction ship and build some additional stations. So I want to build a research station around that planet. And it costs 100 minerals for a station now. So I get a research station around that to get more science coming in, and a mining station over there. This asteroid, where it only creates 2 minerals right now, I'm going to build a station around this. Normally, after playing tall so much in the old version and doing so much one planet strategy, I got very picky about where I build my stations. If it's only producing like 2 resources, or in a lot of cases 1 resource, I would ignore it, because the cost in energy of maintaining that station wasn't worth it. However, there's actually technologies in this version that increase the output of your stations now, both your research stations and your mining stations. And it's really good to upgrade those, because you can also get special strategic resources like moats or exotic gases or dark matter from those orbital stations. And if you improve the output on those stations, then you're getting more of those special strategic resources, which is actually super important. We're also going to go check out our policies. Here's our food policy. Like I said previously, we're going to increase this to nutritional plenitude. It's very different for hive minds now. The food upkeep is plus 50%, so it's a much bigger increase. It's actually double the increase for a regular organic pop, but our growth speed shoots up 33%. So this is actually pretty huge. This might even actually kind of mess us over for food production, but we'll find out. I want to have our initial border status as closed. Orbital bombardment, let's leave that on selective. And war philosophy, I'm going to keep that on unrestricted, because of what's it called? I need to show you guys how Casus Belli work and all that like. Now, production policy, different for hive minds, but very similar to that other policy that I showed you, where you reduce your what's it called? You reduce your output of either consumer goods to increase alloys generation, or reduce your production of alloys to increase consumer goods. This is very similar, but it's actually throughout your entire empire. For menial drone output, plus 20%, complex drone output, minus 20%. So depending on if you want to, pump out more basic resources like energy and minerals and food and the like, you will take extraction focus. But if you want to actually focus a little bit more on generating like unity and science and the like, and you have more than enough to still sustain your economy of food and minerals and energy and all the other basic stuff, then you take the manufacturing focus to increase the output of your complex drones. All right, let's fire this up. Now, I highly recommend you play on slower speeds for the first little while here. I'm just going to speed this up because I want it to, go quick. And another thing you're going to want to do is pause often, because there's a lot of stuff that shows up and it's like, huh, what's that? And you're gonna want to take the time to look at it. All right. So yeah, we're actually losing food now. That's not good. This reduced our biological pop happiness by 25%. Our growth reduction is even worse. Oh boy, yeah, I totally fucked that up, didn't I? You done fucked it up! Ah. Alright, hang on a second. I can't believe I messed that up earlier by not hanging on to enough minerals. That was really dumb. Alright, let's go ahead and sell 100 minerals, get enough. Science ship, recruit new leader. Let's just take one of the other particles experts, one of the youngest ones. I'm going to have him explore over in this direction. I want him to try and find those choke points. Okay, so it looks like I wonder, we're gonna have this guy keep going. Let's have him, if we have him explore over here, I'm hoping that this little batch of star systems over here kind of like stops in its own little cluster, and we can actually extend our borders up to here, which this long line is actually a pretty nice choke point. It doesn't look like that's the case though. Damn it. Okay, it would be a nice choke point. So we'll just start with where he is in the Rantamario system, I guess you could call it. So let's just start surveying these. Survey, survey, survey. There we go. And the reason why I'm starting him surveying back here is because you cannot build a star base and expand your borders into a new system until it's been fully surveyed. So you gotta kind of survey in the correct order. Let's have this guy keep exploring this way. It looks like, oh no, there's another branch off that in that direction. I was looking at this thinking, oh, does this just like stop here? But no, it keeps going. You can barely see it. Okay, we got our first tradition, so we're taking expansion, adopting it. Increases our colony development speed by 25%. Not an issue right now, but it will be very soon. I can also construct a building. We need alloy foundries. I guess I also need another agriculture district. Anyways, the reason why I feel like this game is it actually goes faster now is because you do get quite a bunch more resources in the early portion of the game, whereas previously at the start of the game we'd be getting maybe like 9 or 8 energy and like 14 minerals, and the game was going at a goddamn crawl. But now you're getting as many as 30 or so resources of whatever type, anywhere between 10 to 30, usually, not always, but usually, and it just helps you, it just lets you do more things and get more things. We're actually going to get an agriculture district right away. How fast is our pop growing? 1.44 per month because of the food shortage. Beautiful. Let's go ahead and do. So what I'm actually going to do here is I'm going to reduce the importance of maintenance drones that are creating amenities, and that will make them, if I did it now, they'd be unemployed because there's no available jobs. I want to wait until the agriculture district is done and then reduce the priority of maintenance drones, which is done just by highlighting it with the cursor and then going like this. I'm just hitting left on the stick there, and I can actually make it so that I don't want any maintenance drones at all, and now all 6 of those pops are unemployed. But that's actually bad, so I'm going to leave that here. Once that agriculture district is available, if the pops don't automatically move to those available agri-drone jobs, I'm going to do this again, and those pops should, instead of becoming unemployed, they'll automatically fill up those agri-drones jobs. And then after that, we're going to need some new alloy foundries, because we need to get our alloys up. That's usually the first thing you want to build on your planet, is another thing of alloy foundries, but I buggered up because I'm stupid. Okay, so we're just having our science ships carry on here. So what I don't want to do is I don't want to start building up star bases up in this direction over here or up in this direction over here, because that's using up resources, namely influence, in spaces where I don't need to worry about that yet. I need to get the choke points to my home system first, so that it essentially blocks off other empires from being able to come in from that. Oh, it looks like I can keep going. Hang on a second. Let's have this guy go here first. If this stops dead in its tracks, we can actually go way further along here and have this kind of snake out all the way along and then up this way, and then kind of grab this little choke point area here. And then that gives us this entire area of resources on top of this little area that's right next to us. So that'd actually be really cool. Okay, we can get some more science ships, but I can't get any more scientists still, can I? No, I don't have the energy. That's fine. Let's get another construction ship, and instead we are going to... What's this? Solar panel network. Oh, okay. So it's producing a little extra energy for us. That's interesting. That's right, because we don't have to worry about trade. Planet Grudy Central has finished its production. Beautiful. We're actually going to replace this solar panel. Do I want to do that? It's only producing 3, so yeah. We're going to replace this solar panel network for a second shipyard, because if at some point down the road I'm building multiple ships, I want it to be constructing 2 ships at a time instead of a single one. Crew gestation chambers reduces the upkeep of docked ships. That's okay. I'll keep it. You could change it to a thing of resource silos, I suppose, which increases the storage capacity of your resources. Yeah, Joe, it pretty much is a completely different game. On a regular organic empire, this solar panel network would be a trade hub, and you would actually be getting some trade coming in. But we're a hive mind, so that's not a thing. I'll have to show trade at a future time. Starbase influence cost reduced. We got the next tradition. Very good. Okay, so let's look at our population now. So we actually have 3 agri drones available. As you can see here, both in this area where it's showing our available jobs, and over here where I have the cursor where it's showing our menial drones. I don't want those jobs to be open, so we're going to go back to our maintenance drones. I'm going to hit left to kind of deprioritize the maintenance drones job. And now we have a bunch of aggro drones. This is going to reduce our amenities by a fair amount, but we should still be okay. Once we get some more pops, they'll fill up those maintenance drones jobs. So let's fill those back up, make them available again. See, our amenities has now dropped down to a whopping 0, which is fine. So those maintenance drones jobs will fill up as we get more pops. On top of the foundry drone jobs that'll be made available once we get our second alloy foundry. Okay, so yeah, we're going to want to snake out to our left. We're probably just going to stop here in this pulsar to start things off, because it looks like this section branches off in 2 directions, and then this one keeps going off to the distant part of the spiral arm as well. But over here to our up and to our right, we're going to want to snake all the way over to like right about here, or possibly here. Maybe further if it keeps going. Okay, so our construction ship is there. We're going to move this guy over here because I want them to be ready to build new star bases once we can afford it. So because this one has 2 habitable planets, very tempting to go here first. And colonize that first. Or sorry, not colonize, but build a star base in this area first. Once we have a star base in the system, we could go ahead and colonize one of these planets. Maybe we'll find a bigger one along this route first, though, and that would be kind of nice. Our construction is complete.
Our construction is complete.
Our construction is complete. So now we've got our second shipyard online, so we can actually build 2 ships simultaneously now, which is pretty cool. Now, because we don't have a scientist on this science ship, we can't explore with it and we can't survey with it, but we can still send it out to systems we've already explored. Now we don't have any energy. Damn it, I built too many ships.
We have surveyed the system.
We have surveyed the system. Beautiful. Okay, we got a lot of minerals available, so let's go ahead and do a generator district. And hopefully we can, once our new pops are fully grown, they're growing at 5.79 per month. So pops require 100 growth points to fully grow, and then you have a new pop. And the differences in your growth speed determines how quickly they can grow. You can have them growing up to like 7 points per month or something ridiculous. See, it just jumped up to 6.09 because we finished genome mapping, so that's pretty awesome. We're going to get biodiversity studies to increase our society output. I mean, I don't really think we need to build a generator district now that I think about it, because we do have that technology that'll be coming online to increase the output of our tech drones. Our technician drones, I should say. So this guy, can we recruit a new leader now? Nope, still in the negative, just barely. 11 months left for that. Oof. Okay, so where's this guy? Karos, you can go ahead and build a starbase now. So this will extend our borders over in this direction, which is what we want. Let's go ahead and take 1 mind now. This will give us 1 additional pop when we colonize a new planet and the colony finishes developing, which is good. We do want that. We're going to take... having a brain fart here. Okay, so our science ship... Okay, so this star system looks like it terminates right there, which is fine. That's actually pretty good. We'll just send this guy over here. Oh, wait, that doesn't work. Duh. We'll send this guy up in this area. Actually, let's get him start from here and survey that way. And then once we get a scientist for this other ship, ooh, what did we finish? We got the starbase online now. Okay, find that ring world. Yeah, no kidding. So I'm not too concerned about building orbital stations over here in Karos, because that will just require more energy, which right now is a bit of an issue. Alright, let's see. Can we build that alloy foundry now? Yes, we can. My concern is if I do... No, it won't be a problem. Okay, so we actually finished growing a pop, and now we have 1 extra maintenance drone. So it jumped back up to 4. Pops will automatically fill in whatever jobs are available, but you do need to sometimes go in and specify what jobs you want your pops working. For example, if I highlight Agra drones and I press A, that favorites Agra drones. And now there was a whole bunch of shuffling around, so I actually lost some mining drones from that, and the maintenance drones got filled out in doing that. So sometimes you're kind of muddling about with stuff you don't want to muddle about with. And like I said, if you hit the left stick, you also deprioritize certain jobs and you'll lose some of the pops in them. So you will be doing that a decent amount. You can't specifically tell a specific pop to go to work a specific job. Not quite that simple. They'll just shuffle around on their own. You got to tell them, hey, I don't want you working this, or hey, I want you working this. Okay, so we just got that new tech for the energy, and our energy shoots back up to +3. We actually have a lot of minerals right now. Okay, so this is kind of nice to show. Good timing. Anomalies are very different now. You can no longer fail an anomaly, even though you'll get some flavor text that sometimes says, oh, this scientist has failed the anomaly. It doesn't really work like that anymore. Now, too much talking. Now, the level of your scientist and the level of the anomaly that they're trying to do determines how long it will take for them to complete researching that anomaly. So in this instance, it'll take 120 days, so 4 months. There's some anomalies that are like super high level when you first encounter them, and it'll take like 6,000 days for your scientist to finish researching it, which is a huge waste of time because that's several years. And not just several, but like that's a lot of years. That's like 20 years or something crazy. So you don't want them doing it. But since this is just a routine anomaly and it's only taking 120 days, it's a few months, we can go ahead and let them research it. But like I said, harder anomalies that will show up, you'll see that they'll take a lot longer to complete, and you do want to ignore those. Mobius, do you have your drink for your throat? Tony Nod, I was playing earlier, and I think I have to restart. I was having trouble getting energy credits. Use the market, dude. I'm doing that right now. I'm going to go ahead and sell 500 minerals just because I can. And then we're going to recruit a brand new scientist for our 3rd science ship. So, oh, look, 2 more military theory experts. Beautiful. This is getting really annoying. Okay, so where is this science ship? We've got a habitable world here in this area. Oh, a size 14 and a size 11 Arctic world, so those suck. But I'm going to get this guy to survey this system, and he's going to start working his way outwards. Where's that one in Zuner? This one. This guy's going to start working his way inwards, because the direct path that I want to expand is along those survey routes that I just made, because I want my construction ships building star bases along those paths. Once this guy's done there, he can actually start surveying here, and surveying here, and surveying here. I could essentially have my choke point stretch all the way over to this system, if that's the case. Do you have your drink for your throat? Yes, I have some water nearby. Is it smart enough to put the right pop on a job? For example, a pop with boosted mineral output always goes to mining. Yes, and pops will generally kind of favor those particular jobs that they are better at. Think I expanded too fast. That's possible, but unlikely. What was I going to say? It's not like the tile system, like I said, where you move a specific pop into a specific job. You pretty much just lock off specific jobs, or in this case, oh, I don't want any maintenance drones. Nobody can be a maintenance drone ever. Well, those maintenance drones, they would go out and fill up other job positions if there were other jobs available, but there isn't, so now they're unemployed. So if you were really doing that, you need to kind of just shuffle around. It's very tough to do. Well, not really tough, just a bit of a pain in the ass to do a little bit. But you would want to take out, like, you would want to completely deprioritize a job where there are pops that are working a kind of job that they don't get a bonus from, and then favorite like whatever job you want them to be working on, and then just hope that the right pops start working on them. basically how it goes. Oh, I don't want to favorite that. Whoopsie. But I do believe that pops that have bonuses to various resources, you will see that they will go towards their job of preference that produces those resources. Where they produce bonus resources. So that is pretty good. And of course, if I'm wrong in that, I'm sure somebody will be happy to correct me. Alright, we're going to get rid of this collapsed burrows blocker because it will grant us 1 Grooty Pop. Scientist leveled up. Very good. The only reason... See, if I was also surveying these other systems that I'm not going to be immediately expanding to, the only reason I would build star bases towards them is if they had good habitable worlds that I want to colonize. And want to colonize early. So, is this area fully surveyed? No, it's not. Thankfully, I do have the influence... Oh, there we go. Have the influence and the alloys to build that right away. So I'm just going to wait. We'll have enough alloys very shortly to build yet another starbase, and we have more than enough influence as well. Because we took that first, because we adopted the expansion tradition, it's only costing us, I think, 67 influence. Weapons target range, okay. I think it's only about 67 influence now or something like that. Nanomechanics, done, very good. Let's see. So, assembly patterns, not a terrible pick. Increases planet build speed by 25%. This is for everything, districts, buildings. So, not a terrible early pick. But I do... yeah, let's go with that. Between that and the 0G refineries, those would both be pretty good picks. Because 0G refineries just increases your resources. Here we go. Spawning Frenzy. Permanent plus 10% bonus to pop growth speed, which is great. I'm going to build these mining stations here in this system because that'll give us a little bit more energy and plus 1 more alloy. What the hell happened on my home system? Why did we lose? I'm confused. I built 1 more agri district, but all of a sudden we're losing food?
Our construction
what the hell happened? Okay, so we got a free pop, and now our food is stabilized. We're going to need a generator district, though. It's very finicky, but over time, everybody will get a handle on this, and yeah, it'll be good. We can definitely get another generator district up and running, because right now energy is our core concern. Starbases no longer cost influence every month, but they do have a small amount of energy upkeep if I recall correctly. So I want to try to get this construction ship here in Chariot online and then build a mining station around the star because that's giving us a little bit more energy as well. We have found an anomaly. Okay, so this is an example of anomaly I want to leave alone because it's a challenging anomaly. It will take 540 days. So that's almost 2 years just doing a single anomaly. No, we don't have time for that. The nice thing, though, is that you can go to your situation log and you'll see that there is a new tab called Anomalies. We have an Anomaly Tracker. This thing is a godsend. It lists all the anomalies, tells you what system they're in, and you can even click with the left stick and it'll go zoop, takes the camera right over to them so you know where they are. It's fucking beautiful. I love it. Alright, now let's move this guy over here. So this guy is done surveying over here in Rantamaro, which is perfect. So now he can survey there, and this guy in Wildebaro is going to build a starbase over there. And we've extended to the left as much as I want us to for now. Now this guy's going to survey up in this area, check for any habitable worlds that we could expand to and colonize. And yeah, we're rolling. Still have enough alloys and ooh. Okay, so you'll see this one pop up. This will be a new kind of pop-up. That's the problem I was having. I kept bleeding energy. I mean, that can be an issue. You'll find that bleeding resources is a fairly common problem, but you can make up for it. If your economy is booming in other areas, like if you have a lot of minerals coming in, but you're suffering a little bit on energy, sell excess minerals to make sure that you don't go under in energy, and you'll be fine. You can float your economy. If you make your economy explode, you can actually float certain parts of your economy if you're getting like a metric crap ton of food or minerals, you can sell off all sorts of excess of that, and then you can even use those energy credits you're getting from selling all those excess materials and buy more alloys, or buy more consumer goods, or buy more strategic resources. Anyways, this pop-up does show up fairly regularly in the game now. We've discovered one of the 3 main strategic resources, which is rare crystals. Rare crystals is important. The other 2 are exotic gases and volatile moats. They are used in the initial cost for constructing upgraded, enhanced buildings, and they're also used to maintain the upkeep of some of those buildings. So they're not like old strategic resources where it's just, oh, secure this and you get a flat bonus or some bullshit like that. Not how it works anymore. You can actually harvest rare resources, strategic resources like rare crystals. You'll have a monthly income of them, and you will be stockpiling them. Dude, how are you doing without work? I was sorry to hear about it. Been following you on YouTube for a bit. No, I appreciate that, said Nurse Theory. Honestly, I'm doing fine. I actually just went to the bank this morning. This all happened right around the time that Canada is doing its income tax. Our income tax reports are due, like our personal income tax reports are due normally at the end of April, but I believe it got extended to the end of May. I did mine last month. I got that check. I got another check for something else. There was some kind of kickback from the government where it was about a few $100 per person for whatever reason. I can't remember what the reasoning behind that was, but I got that too. And of course, there is a relief program going on for Canadians who lose their jobs because of COVID-19. And I applied for that as well. And that was right when I got laid off. I applied for that right away, and I got a check for that as well. So I went into the bank and I just deposited a whole shitload of checks this morning, so I'll be fine. And I actually heard not too long ago from one of my coworkers who has my personal number that he honestly feels that I'll be getting the call back pretty shortly. So this is a routine anomaly. It'll take 180 days, which is 6 months, so that's half a year. I'm just going to leave it alone for now. We completed a society tech. I can't remember which one it was. I think it was the, what was it? Biodiversity studies, that's what it was. So let's get Planetary Unification. This will increase our Unity output by 2 points. Now that this guy's finished this starbase, we're going to build this mining station, try to stabilize our energy output. Alright, let's check out our capital again. So we've got our second alloy foundries online. We got our 35th pop fully grown. We can now build yet another building. And why did you fill out a maintenance drone job? Fill out the frickin' agri drone job. Man, I don't see why those are being prioritized. I don't get it. We ballin'. I suppose you could say that, JV. Oh, see, here's a good one. This is a very hard anomaly that will take 2,160 days. How long is that? Like 7 years? Yeah, we're not doing this one. We're going to leave that alone for later once we get some higher level, what's it called? Higher level scientists. So we have some additional buildings. We have an additional building slot, but I'm not too keen on constructing another building just yet because we kind of need our base jobs to fill out a little bit better because as you've noticed, we're having troubles with energy throughout the whole damn game right now. So this guy's done constructing that. Let's move him over here. Might be another good system to build a starbase in because it looks like we can build an energy station. Alright, there we go. So this guy's good. Now we move him over here where we are going to put our next starbase, and we got our next tradition as well. Let's do starbase upkeep reduced by 20%. Another anomaly, eh? 180 days, and we'll leave it alone. There we go. System surveyed. So this guy here can go ahead and construct that starbase. Actually, no. You know what? We'll move him over here. I have a system near my home system with 2 level 4 anomalies and 1 level 7. Well, there you go. Like I said, leave them alone until you get higher level scientists and they can complete them in a decent amount of time, and then open up your Anomaly Tracker. Oh, speaking of volatile moats, we have found Volatile moats. Oh, an asteroid producing 2. That's actually really good. So we will definitely want that. Volatile moats are really, really important because that's how you get your upgraded alloy foundries online. So that's why volatile moats are important. You need crystals for the upgraded research labs. And then I believe it was exotic gases for... Shit, I can't remember now. Ryan, what do you need exotic gases for? No, I got a level 7 scientist from a level 4 anomaly I did by mistake. Yeah, that's fine. I mean, they can do them, but it just takes a really long time sometimes. If the anomaly level is way higher than a scientist. Like this one here, 1440 days. I'm not going to do that. Nope. That's a big old nope. Okay, so we've got 2 open technician jobs. Let's see here. How are our amenities doing? We have +3. Can we lose a maintenance drone? I think so. So we got another tech drone out of that. Okay, so we have -1 amenities. That's fine. Not too worried about that. We'll get some new pops online pretty quickly. We're actually getting 6.39 growth per month, so that's pretty fast. Research labs, the upgraded version of them requires gases. Oh yeah, sorry. What the hell were crystals for again? I can't remember now. Jeez, I can't remember. Okay, so yeah, volatile moats are for your alloy foundries. Exotic gases are for your research labs, which are also super important. And then crystals were... Shit, I seriously can't remember. My brain, it is farting. Alright, Grudy Central. Still got a bunch of researches going on here. Okay, we got quantum theory. We got more science coming in. And we're going to do synaptic enhancers to increase our research speed 5% across the board. Sir Dobbs de Grey. Man, I just did battle with my computer. Whoa. Too fast. Luxury housing, energy grids, Unedited producers, I believe. Okay, okay. Now I remember. Yeah, that's right. Man, I just did battle with my computer because the stream was super laggy. I'm hoping this works, but it looks good so far. Just be appreciative of what I go through for you, Moby. Alright, which system just got surveyed? Groman. Okay, he's up there doing that. That's fine.
We have found an anomaly.
Okay, so this one I'm okay researching. 100 days. It'll take a while. And is it here in the Fulaz system? No. So that's good. I need this guy to finish surveying in Fulaz. We need that done so I can build the starbase. Wait, what? Oh, that's the second construction ship. Ryan is like here, I'm only in year 2205 because of the scientist I got and a different anomaly I got dark matter access. There you go. Ignore that. Okay. So once we get all these systems under our control, it'll actually be really good because we do have access to a bunch of strategic resources. Now I'm actually doing a bad thing because I really should have had a colony up and running by now. Well, not up and running, but probably under development by now. So let's go ahead and take a look at this one. Is this the 17 tile world? Sorry, size 17 world. That's the size 16. We're going to take a look at Kairos 1. How much is it to colonize? Dude. So because we're a hive mind, it normally costs, I believe, 200 consumer goods, 200 food, and 200 alloys. But because we're a hive mind, we need a lot more food. So we need 500 food. Okay, so that guy's leveled up. That's fine. We're going to sell some energy credits and buy 100 food. Boop. We can do it twice, as a matter of fact. Boop. Oops, actually I just sold our food. Well, I fucked that up, didn't I? Oops! Sell our minerals, buy food. Oh, shit. Hey, make sure you're using the market correctly, folks. I fucked that up. I wanted to buy food. Damn it. My research was super slow for 30 years before I figured out you gotta build research labs. I'm so smart. Yeah, that's the thing. You still have to build those research labs and create researcher jobs. Leader cost reduction and increased leader pool side. Don't care. I could use more food from our jobs. Okay, so our construction ship in Fuel As can now build the starbase there. And then our other construction ship is just chilling for eligibility, or whatever that's called, to get surveyed. Alright, expansion done. And let's get our first Ascension Perk Technological Ascendancy. Look at that. Research bonuses. Research bonuses everywhere. We'll get Synaptic Enhancers. That'll be another 5%. It'll be fantastic. Yeah, Ryan. Derp is the name of this stream, I think. Watch Moby derp like a derp. Because he is a derp. Derp. Okay, we can still build a new building here. How are we doing on population? Still getting 6.39 per month. Very good. We have one more tech drone spot available, so we'll let that fill up. And then we can construct... Oh, I don't know what the hell to construct. Generator district? Ooh, you know what? Actually, we should construct... Oh, we can't do it yet. That's because I didn't pick the... here it is. Energy grid. Yep, I knew I didn't pick it. Alright, so it looks like we actually have some energy that we can get here in the Fuelaz system. Where'd it go? There it is. We'll build both of these mining stations because that one gives us +6 minerals right now, which is really good. So we'll grab that, and then we'll move this construction ship there. This one's still chilling and waiting.
We have found an anomaly.
Ooh, don't want to do that one. 1,400 days? No, thank you. I'm amazed we haven't found a better habitable world to colonize, but that's okay. What did I say this one was? A size 17? Yeah, that's not too bad. Not great, but not too bad. I'm usually super picky, like still super picky from playing super tall in the old system, and if it's less than size 20, then it's shit, and I'm going to completely ignore it. Meh. You can't be that picky anymore. You really should have a second colony developed by now. But I'm kind of fucking up in this particular stream. That's okay. It's a learning experience and a learning process for all of us, I suppose. Yeah? Yeah. I'm definitely not going to worry about that size 14 Tomb World, nor with these size 11 and size 14 Arctic worlds. Those planets can go fuck themselves. Okay, I really should build more ships, so we're going to take a look at our military fleet. So to increase the amount of ships we want, we have to go to the fleet manager itself. So we should be aiming around 17 and up. 16 and up should be fine, JB. Because the size of the planet determines how many districts you can build. So if you do colonize like a size 10 or size 11 world, and you can only have 10 or 11 districts, you're going to run into severe problems early on. Namely with housing, because you simply just won't have very many districts. You'll have to pretty much build as many city districts as that planet can have, if it's that small, and then rely on your resource output strictly through buildings, as opposed to the districts themselves. I mean, a size 16 world. A great day for the Grudy Collective. Beautiful. In the old system, a size 16 world was still okay, but like I said, I was just super picky and wouldn't go for it. What the hell was I gonna do? I can't remember now. Oh yeah, we're gonna go to the fleet and take a look at ship designer really quick, because I want to redesign our corvettes. I don't want them to have wait, what? Okay, well that's different. Usually when I go in here, the couple times that I've tested it this morning, I'd jump into ship designer, and my starting corvettes were let's get powered exoskeletons, maybe we can get robots. My starting corvettes were picket ship designs. 120 days, we'll do that. But you know what? I'm okay with 2 mass drivers and a single red laser. This is an okay setup. It's actually pretty balanced. I would prefer 2 lasers, but you know what? It's okay. So let's take the Helix fleet, and we're going to still use the fleet command option to reinforce fleet. And we just dumped 700 alloys into doing that. Beautiful. All right, let's recruit an Admiral. We'll take, no, not Trickster. Cautious for increased weapon range. That's pretty good. 20% increased weapon range can actually be a pretty huge deal. So because we have 2 shipyards, we have 2 corvettes being built simultaneously at the same starbase, which is pretty nice. There we go. Plus 5% of research speed. Me likey. Let's get AI-controlled colony ships. Wow, that's going to take a while. By the time that technology's done, we'll probably have our colony online. Huh. 52 months. How long for this? Summary. Colonizing planet. Planet status. Nope, that's not the one. Where is it? 22130901. So, yeah. I mean, this is still a good tech option, but I'd rather get 0G laboratories to increase output of our research stations. Whatever. We'll need another colony like ASAP, so that's fine. All right, where's this science ship here in Rothier? I should get more civilian ships, really. Could use another science ship. There we go. Survey all this stuff that we kind of ignored earlier. There we go. Get all those. Beautiful. Me likey. Okay. I hope I'm not dying because my heart has kind of been beating irregularly for the last hour and a half. What does it smell like when you're about to have a stroke? Alright, we're running into food problems yet again. Population. All of our jobs are filled out. Okay, that's fine. Let's do another agriculture district then. And we can actually build yet another building too. Where is this? The Rothier system? No. We'll leave that alone for now. We'll get it in a bit, but just not yet. Okay, so our construction ship in Ilospion. Build a starbase. Still got plenty of influence to build our starbases up, which is really good. Food processing facilities. Oh, good. This gives us another agri-grown job and increases the amount of food from our farmers. I mean, hydroponics farms would be okay, I suppose. Let's grab food processing. So there's an actual building, kind of like the mineral purification plant and the energy grid, which would increase the amount of energy or minerals being produced on that planet. Now there's also one for food, finally. Okay, in the liaison system, this will be one more starbase. Beautiful. Things are coming along nicely. I think we have enough influence and alloys to extend from here to here to here. And then we'll just be building up more for these little areas as well. Beautiful. Alright, Planet Groody Central has finished its planetary construction. Okay. So we have 3 more agri-drone jobs available. That's fine. I like it. And our fleet has been reinforced. Let's get another science ship. Take a look at getting a new scientist. Oh, hey. Not a great pick, but you know what? I'll take archaeologist over more military expertise people. So let's go ahead and do discovery now. Anomaly research speed increased by 20%. Do likey. So these ones at the top are no longer like the go-to pick these immediately because Planetary Survey Carrier is no longer a thing. It's now databank uplinks. Research station output increased by 10%. However, this one, Sensing Tendrils, or Too Boldly Go for a regular Empire, is still a really good pick because it increases survey speed of your science ships. They help you survey the galaxy faster, find those resources more quickly, and you know, get those. Especially if you're expanding, they help get those systems surveyed much faster, so you can get star bases in them more quickly. So we want to get that online, definitely. All right, let's get this guy surveying down in this. Oops, not that direction. This way. Over this way. And over this way. Thank you very much. Okay, so the construction ship in the Liaison system. Build that starbase, baby. And now this guy can hop over here to Othriga. Build a starbase there, and we'll build a mining station as well. Once this guy is done in Liaison, I'm going to just queue him up to move over to here. The reason why I want them leapfrogging as opposed to just, you know, flying the ship all the way over there and building starbase right away is because building a starbase that instead of being right next to our current borders, being a few hyperjumps away, that's going to cost us 202 influence. So basically everything we have will be gone. It'll be better to just, you know, build up piecemeal because we can then get those multiple starbases online and we'll be able to get all of the resources in that system by building those stations as opposed to just that one system. Alright, need to get a new scientist, get that guy in there, and let's just have this guy exploring a little bit, yeah? Surveying off in this direction. Ooh, anomaly. We'll take. Have him go this way. You know what? Let's just have him straight up explore in this direction, because if we can get it where we can snake these borders right down to this choke point, if this is all kind of blocked off from the rest of the galaxy, that'll be fantastic, because if we take the choke point right here, that means that we have that whole section under our control, which would be awesome. Geez. Let's take this one. Carrier options. This gives you a starbase module called the Hangar Bay. Which is really good for defense platforms, but also really good for increasing trade protection along your trade routes. I really should have just done a regular Empire so that I can show you stuff like trade routes and regular Casus Belli and stuff when you want to declare a war. Whose idea was it for me to do a Hive Mind again? Alright, let's get that construction ship online. And we can do that anomaly. It's a pretty quick one. Alright, Groody Central, how we're doing jobs-wise. We got 2 more agri-grown, but those will fill up pretty quickly here, so that's fine. Definitely need to fill up these buildings with other stuff. We'll wait. It's fine. We'll wait.
Our construction is complete.
Our construction is complete. Very good. Okay, build that next starbase. Rigel. Build this starbase. Around Shutra B2. We'll have him come back and do that. I want him to survey these systems first. Okay, where is that last science ship? He's still going out there, okay. We have surveyed the system. Which system? Ooh, core gas. Done. Beautiful. So we definitely want Zuner under our control because that has some rare crystals in it. And once we get the technology later on, that'll be fucking perfect. 250 days now. We'll leave that alone. Move here.
Our construction is complete.
Okay, we're done in Othriga. Now we can... actually, we'll get both of these mining networks here in Rigel. A little bit of energy, which is always nice, but a lot of minerals. Very good. So let's go back to Groody Central. Population. Okay, we just have one more agri-grown job left to fill out. And I think we can definitely worry about building some more buildings. Maybe some districts. Use some more survey. Which system? The one with the derelict ship. Okay, good. Whew. So, just a quick note. I will be streaming daily for the rest of the week here. I mean, unless for some magical reason I start working again tomorrow, which I don't think is going to be the case. But I will keep y'all up to date on what's going on with me job-wise. As soon as that happens, obviously I'm going to have to not be... Oh, sorry, I won't be able to stream daily like I have been anymore. That should be obvious But I will keep you all up to date on what's going on there. So you know, just stay tuned. Once it happens, I won't be doing it anymore, but I will be streaming in the evenings, Tuesdays and Fridays as normal. Okay, so this planet actually has dust caverns, which is a special planetary feature. This gives us a max moat harvesting traps +1, and what that does is it allows us to create a special building on this planet that it opens up some jobs that produce volatile moats on this planet, which is fantastic. It's always really good when you get a planetary feature like that, because getting those strategic resources is quite important. Let's go ahead and do selective defoliants to get rid of some blockers. The construction ship in Rigel is just sitting playing with his dick, so let's fix that. How about the guy in Arimadon? Build that starbase outpost, please. Alrighty. How are we doing here? Is that filled in yet? Not quite, but getting there. So normally, when you create a new colony, regular organic pops actually have a 15% growth speed penalty. Not 15, 50, 50. So seeing that we don't have that is actually kind of surprising. So we're going to have new pops online pretty quickly here on Karos Prime. We'll be able to build or construct our first building at a fairly rapid pace. And the first building we'll want to construct will be that if we can build the spawning pit, we'll want that because it increases the growth speed. Now let's get this guy building those in Arimadon, and then this guy in Zunur can go ahead and build a starbase. Okay, how's this side? Jesus, this just keeps on going. What's in here? We got two size 16 worlds, which is kind of decent. Another thing to note is that now that we've actually had a scientist fly all the way out there and explore that, we could have our ships follow along the same path that he's explored, and what's the word I'm looking for? Basically fly into that system. Oh, you know what? I might just very well want to... I might want to expand down to here, because this long path, this long hyperlane is a pretty good choke point. But I could first expand here, and that would give us this whole section, and then build 2 more star bases out to here, and that gives us this little section under our control, and then keep expanding and sneaking along this way, and then either getting to this system or one of these other 2, and that would be yet another choke point. And we would have this whole section basically under our control, which would be fantastic. That's just more space for us to expand. So that would work out quite well. All right, let's get sensing tendrils to increase our survey speed. Very good, very nice. Okay, so now that we've kind of expanded outwards a little bit, we want to start doing a little bit of inwards expansion. I'm still going to build some more construction ships because we want them. New technology. Oh, there we go. We're going to get the energy grid because that'll be really nice. We'll build the energy grid and the... what's it called here on Moat Central. So we're actually running into a problem now. We have -1 housing available. We have more plops than we have housing right now, so we need to rectify that. Now, these job districts add +2 housing by default, but a hive district or a city district for a normal empire adds +6 at base. Those values do get increased over time with some, I think some traditions, but also some technologies increases the amount of housing that you get from all your districts. But since we're going to be running into housing issues, well, not really running into housing issues, but since we need a lot of housing for the foreseeable future, I'm going to build a hive district because this will give us +6 housing, which is kind of what we want right now. Okay, the construction ship in Zunur, all done. Go ahead and build a mining station, please. And then this guy, I don't know why you're still over there. Build that one in Korgas. What do we got here in Elytron? 14-tile Continental World. Not a great pick, but still one that we would want to build. So when you're in the outliner, and you are hovering your cursor over your planets, there'll be little symbols showing up when your planets are have like little alerts such as unemployment, or there's building slots available so you can construct a new building, or if there's housing problems, whatever. You move your cursor over it and it'll tell you there's building slots available. This planet can support the construction of additional buildings, and there is overcrowding. This planet lacks enough housing for all of its pops. So it does show you those, which is pretty cool.
Our construction is complete.
Do we want those food processing plants? Or should I get an energy grid instead? I'm thinking energy grid, honestly. Okay, this guy's all done. Let's get the guy in Corgast. Oh, we can't. Okay, so this is when stuff really starts to slow down with your initial expansion, and that's why it's super important that you send your science ships exploring and surveying the correct systems initially, and you start by building your star bases out towards the choke points that you need to secure before much of anything else, really, because you'll run into influence problems very, very early. Not like with frontier outposts where you won't be generating influence, but you just won't have enough influence to keep leapfrogging star bases as soon as it is available. And influence does not come in, terribly quick, especially if you don't have any factions yet for organic empires. And I don't think we get any factions at all because we're playing Hive Mind. I'm going to double check that. I'm pretty sure that's the case. Cannot research or build robot pops. Okay, good to know. I was thinking, can we do that? Non-Hive Mind pops must be assimilated, enslaved, or purged. Can genetically modify pops to become Hive Mind compatible if biological ascension path is completed. Cannot follow psionic or synthetic ascension paths. So it doesn't actually mention anything about whatever the hell I was talking about earlier, which is interesting. Now, because we have snaked out the way we have, instead of trying to keep things kind of more closely knit, our empire has lost some cohesion. So our current level, our empire cohesion, increases our empire sprawl by 118%. This is strictly because I've snaked out in the pattern that I have, as opposed to go out a certain distance and then just start expanding inwardly or colonizing or something like that, as opposed to the way it's looking right now. 12-tile Alpine world. We are getting totally screwed with our habitable worlds in our nearby areas, in my opinion. It's kind of bullshit. No identity. What's going on, buddy? I'm going to be streaming for about another half hour still, so I don't think that'll completely solve your sleep issues, but it might help, because I have it on good authority, namely my own, that if you boot up one of my YouTube videos, one of the ones that's like, an hour and a half to 2 hours long, you just listen to me babble, it'll put you to sleep in about 20 minutes. Guaranteed. Damn, phone's dying and shit. Yeah, that could be a definite issue there, JB. This science ship, you're just hanging out. Okay, so, you know what? We very well could, if there's some good habitable worlds in these areas here, we very well could expand all the way up to here and block this off from other empires. And then that gives us this whole end section of this spiral arm. So let's go ahead and survey that system, and then we'll just start working our way back. Sort of. I want to get some of these extra systems while I'm at it. I don't think we'll be able to do that anytime soon, but we can start laying down the foundations to set that plan in motion. Alright, let's take a look at our construction ships. We do want to start building some more stations, I think. Maybe not too many, because our energy ain't so hot.
Our construction is complete.
Fascinating. Okay, so let's go... Don't want to build any star bases anywhere else either yet. But I do want to get the ones up in this area because these have energy. Our construction is complete. Okay, how many mining stations you got in here? 2. Okay. Plus 4 minerals, that's not too bad. We'll build that. And then build this starbase. And what did you finish here? Gruti Central. You finished your housing district, which is good. Or, well, your Nexus District, Hive District, excuse me. So our housing problems are, for the time being, more or less solved. Alright, so next up, food processing facilities. I kind of want to get this global energy management finished, and then that will give us one more tech drone job, and give us more. Yeah, we could do a food processing facility right now. By the time we get those 2 pops online, we'll have the food processing plant and the energy grid. Then we'll get a 45th building. We could make that a research lab because we need to increase our research output or our alloys, one of the two. What do we got going on here? Okay, menial drones. So until we get that 5th pop, we don't need to worry about much of anything for a little bit. Doctrine fleet support, that would be pretty good. Ooh. Let's get xenobiology. Research lab next? I think so. Just because I'll have these spare building slots, and we'll have pop number 44 will take the agrodrone job from this food processing plant, and then pop number 45 can take the job that will be generated from the energy grid. And then we can build a research lab here, and then the next 2 or 3 jobs, they'll take the brain drone. Or sorry, the next 2 or 3 pops, they'll take the brain drone jobs. So right now, because we had a population just finish growing, and yet I don't have a district or a building that's creating a job right now, we have 1 unemployed menial drone. So he's still using up housing, but doesn't produce very much in the way of resources. And they're just largely not productive. So you want to try to rectify that as soon as possible, whenever that happens, because unemployed pops, when they're not producing, it's really unhelpful. So you want to try to fix that. And while we do have a plan, it's taking its sweet time. Why are we losing growth speed all of a sudden? From emigration. Okay, so we have pops leaving this planet and moving to the other colony. So the growth speed on the other colony, we will probably see that it has a growth speed bonus because of immigration. Let's take a look. Oh, maybe not. Okay. Interesting. Alright, we've got our first building online here. We're going to build an alloy. Oh, wait. No. What am I doing?
Our construction is
What? Where is it? Spawning pools! This gives us a spawning drone job. So the next drone that finishes growing on this planet takes that spawning drone job and increases growth speed another 25%, which is fantastic. Alright, let's take the databank uplinks. Very good. And this guy is going to stay there. This guy in Bivam needs to build that starbase there. Old-timey tunes. Begins the solar coordinates event chain. Let's try decoding it. Sure. I've never done that event chain before. BRB, alright. Now we also could actually extend our reach down this way to another 2 systems, or even 3 systems, and that blocks off this whole section for us yet again, or yet still I should say. Okay, what do we want? Geothermal fracking would be pretty decent. 0G refineries. Ugh. Decent options. Let's take geothermal fracking. Okay, Carol's Prime. We have spawning pit coming online. Groody Central. Need those. Need that global energy management so we can build an energy nexus here. Beautiful. I really should have started off with a regular empire though, so that I can show trade routes. Because trade routes will be a very confusing thing for a bunch of newcomers. Okay, I need to prioritize certain mining stations because we got 4 here in this system. Let's just do those 3 for now. I will want this planet that's generating 2 minerals. I will want that to build a station around that. Just not right now, because I'm kind of trying to maximize what we're getting at minimal cost. Alright, now... Ooh, there's 3 habitable worlds here in Ev-Frip. What do we got? A 19-tile Continental World. That's going to be our next colony. I wish I friggin' discovered that sooner. Damn. See, sometimes that happens where if you're not exploring nearby systems, you kind of want to do that as well. That's why you want to get a few science ships online as early as possible and have them just kind of quickly explore the surrounding areas so that you can find these really good colonies really, really early. And that way you can colonize them very quickly and, you know, just get more colonies online as fast as possible. We have a lot of food right now. Hang on, can we do that thing with the thing? I don't think so. What do we got? Cease drone production? No, not doing that. That's what I haven't looked at is edicts. We can research that. 5 months, that's not too bad. Let's get automated exploration protocols. Grudy Central, I want you to build that energy grid and then build some more research labs. I'm okay with that. Beautiful. So that'll give us another tech drone, and then the research labs will give us some more brain drones. So we'll get our science output increased. RC guy, I'm confused by species and cyborg traits. How so? You're gonna have to be a little more specific. Okay, so we actually have a housing problem here. We need a bunch of minerals to build a Nexus district, or a Hive district, excuse me. Edicts. Let's see. Drone campaign, research. So I'm going to enact this drone campaign edict, which I should have done a long time ago, really. This increases our pop growth speed by 10% across our empire, which is fantastic. War drone campaign and learning campaign. Don't care about either of those, at least not yet. And I don't want to use influence for map the stars, at least not right now, because I need the influence to build star bases for the time being. Overwhelmed, taking a break. We'll rewatch it on YouTube later tonight. Thanks, Moat. Yep, no problem, Mel. Take care, buddy. Let's ignore that anomaly. There, just for funsies. So I want to try and expand to Ev-Frip. And how am I going to do that? Let's move these guys here to Shariat. So to get this system under my control so I can colonize that 19-tile Continental World, I need to have this system here. I need that surveyed so I can build a starbase there. Then we build the starbase in Ev-Frip, which will be fantastic. I'm not going to worry about expanding this way out anymore because we've already got a choke point, which is what we wanted. So those objectives haven't been met. If worst comes to worst, we still get this decent area of space under our control. There's several habitable worlds in here. Not terribly huge ones, but, you know, there's still habitable worlds. We can still colonize them. Like even this size 14 Continental World. What do we got over here? A size 25 Savannah World. So if we get a starbase over there, we could terraform that. And then it's a very, very, very viable colony for us, which would be awesome. Garros Prime, housing issues. Do we have enough minerals now? Yes. So let's get that under control. And then Carol's Prime also needs some additional job districts. Mount Deep Sea Expedition. What do we have on Grudy Central? Interesting. Let's get a generator district. I'm gonna wait till the month rolls. About 20 minutes left, and then we'll call it a night. I'm actually kind of surprised we got as far as we did. Now, I'll be totally honest, I'm not really expanding as quickly as I should be in terms of new colonies. By this point, there should be either 2 new colonies, so 3 planets, including your capital. You should have like 3 that have finished developing, and you're starting to, you know, grow pops on them and construct buildings and blah blah blah, and probably colonizing a 4th world that's available by this point in the game when you're 20 years in. On the species, you pick traits under appearance, but in 2.2 there is a new tab under cyborg species when you use L1 or R1 in the species creation screen. Are you playing as driven simulators? Is that why? Because when you take syncretic evolution, you can choose the you can customize the syncretic species. It sounds like you're playing as driven assimilators, is why that's there. Let's take a look at this construction ship. Yes, well then that's why. Because you start off with some pops that are cyborgs when you're playing as driven assimilators, so you can customize those now. Where are my construction ships anyways? Where's this guy going? You're just hanging out. Okay, you can hang out. I need one of my construction ships. We need one of these guys to go to here to Efrip, and then this construction ship can go here to Wedgley. Alright. Carol's Prime, we have some unemployed drones. That's not good. But that will be getting fixed, as well as the housing problem once we have these hive districts fully online. I should have really started with the generator district, because that would have created some jobs. The hive district is just going to open up a lot of available housing. Although, to be fair, we're at -3 housing right now, so I would have needed the hive district anyways. That's okay. Mistakes were made.
We have found an anomaly.
55 days? You can go ahead and do that. Alright, this guy here in Bivham, he can GTFO. Go 150 days, we'll leave that alone. Asteroid collision. Let's move here. Actually, what's this science ship here in Unedited? I'm going to want him surveying over here as well. Okay, so that's cool. We'll actually get automatic exploration protocols pretty shortly, and that makes... Once you get automated exploration protocols, things get a lot easier when you are exploring the galaxy. It's just such a pain in the ass manually selecting everything right now, and when a special project comes up, there's no way to prioritize that over what they're currently doing. Not unlike in PC version, which is extremely annoying. So hopefully something can be integrated later on to add something that rectifies that. Let's get these mineral purification plants. Those will be kind of nice.
We have surveyed the system.
You have surveyed the system. We are the Borg. Alright. Caro's Prime. We're doing pretty good on Caro's Prime. How are we doing here? No unemployed pops yet on Grudy Central. What is our growth speed? 6.69. That's pretty significant. Let's go ahead and do a mining district to open up a few mining drone jobs. That'll really help out.
Technology
because we need to have a few jobs available for the next few pops before we can build yet another research lab. Increased habitability would be pretty good right now. Synaptic clusters. These turn energy credits and food into unity and society research. And let's get the increased habitability. Alright, so we have 2 more technician jobs available, or tech drone jobs, I should say. So we can let some pops grow for a little bit here on Caro's Prime. And, yeah, off to a decent start of that colony, I guess. One moment.
Technology conceded.
Okay, so this was actually good timing. We have this Moat stabilization technology available to us. It unlocks the Moat harvesting traps building, which we needed on our colony to make use of those dust caves, or whatever it was. And this allows you to exploit resource moats. So we'll be able to construct Moat harvesting traps on our colony where that special planetary... what's it called, attribute was, so that we can start bringing in some moats. But also any space, any celestial bodies that have moats on them, we can now construct, we will be able to construct a mining station around them. So this asteroid, for example, if I build a star base over there, we can build a mining station around it and bring in more moats. So Caro's Prime will be very quickly generating some moats for us once we get the building slot available.
We have surveyed the system.
Okay, I need our construction ships to actually build these star bases. I totally forgot about that. Slowing down. I'm getting old. So once he's done there, we need the construction ship here in Efripi to build a starbase here immediately. And then we can colonize that world. Our science ships are kind of just chilling for now. Ooh, we got a habitable world down here, too. What do we got? A size 22 Continental World. That's another really good colony colony candidate. And not just really good, but fantastic. It's a size 22. Not going to complain about that. Speaking of which, let's look at the Continental World here. Does it have any planetary features? No, not really. No planetary modifiers either. Okay. It has a lot of hive districts, though. God damn. How many is that? 5, 10, 14? That's quite a bit. So I'm going to want this guy, build that starbase, and then this guy here in Wedgetal. You can build that mining station and then fly over here to Zempek, because we're going to want to build a starbase around this star as quickly as possible because we want to colonize this world as well. Now, it is very tempting to go to the market and sell off all of my food because I've got a lot, but I'm only going to sell 1,000 because it's 500 food for a colony ship, and like I said, we're going to want to colonize those two juicy-looking planets pretty damn shortly here. We have 2,000 energy credits now, though, so that's always good. Let's take a look at our... Ooh, exotic gases! We found some exotic gases right down there. Ooh, so yeah, probably want to extend our area down over this way just a little bit more so we can get that within our borders, or, well, under our control, sort of. And then we'll have all strategic resources, well, all the 3 basic strategic resources under our control, which will be awesome. Alright, let's go ahead and colonize this. Efripi Prime, yep, sure, that's fine. And now the other construction ship, where is it? You need to construct a starbase here.
We have surveyed the system.
Very good. So yeah, like I was saying, it's very important that while you have science ships quickly going out and exploring and finding those choke points for you, you also want science ships to be exploring nearby systems, surveying those nearby systems to try to find those habitable worlds, try to find some strategic resources, so on and so forth. So you do want quite a bit of science ships. The best thing to do is obviously have your science ships go off exploring and, you know, find those first little choke points and then start expanding in those directions. And then while you're building up those star bases towards those choke points, you have your science ships come back. You can have those science ships come back and explore and survey the systems right around your current borders, like right around your home world and stuff. I mean, there's a lot of ways you can do it, but the two big things is find those choke points, expand out to those choke points to block off access for other empires so that they can't come in and basically steal your prime real estate, and then find those habitable worlds, find those colonies near your home planet so that you can expand your empire. Alright, let's get let's not do anything here yet. The 10th pop will open up a building slot, so we'll just leave that alone for now.
Technology conceived.
Did we finish in the Zempek system? No. What did we get? Atmospheric filtering, very good. Let's get dangerous wild... Ooh, cloning! Pop growth speed plus 10%, yeah. That's a no-brainer pick right there. That is a no-brainer. Okay, so we want to build this mining station as soon as this guy's done here. And at the same time, we want to start colonizing Zempek 3. There we go. Build mining station. And Zempek 3, we colonize it. Boop. Zempek Prime. There we go. Very good. What else do we got here? Planetary features. Nothing special, but there's 3 tiles. There's 3 things of dense jungle. What can we do here? Bunker bot. Scrap the mega computer for parts. We get 100 alloys, 50 rare crystals, and 50 volatile moats, so decent pick. Use it to boost our own research. This gives us the bunker bomb modifier added for 120 months, so 10 years, excuse me. Gives us 10% monthly engineering research, which is pretty good. Let it continue its mysterious calculations, plus 200 to influence, which would be really, really useful for quickly building up a bunch of star bases right away. It's a pretty tough decision, really. Let's boost our own research for now. So that did... that probably improved the output from our jobs, I wager. Okay, where's that asteroid with those moats? Build a starbase over here, please. Okay, he's coming online. And Zempek, you need to... Are you already building that? Yes, you are. Okay, good. Now, our other construction ships, they're just kind of hanging out. Why did I put them here again?
Our construction
This guy here.
We have surveyed the system.
I should have built that starbase. This guy can stop. And we're going to get this guy here to expand just a little bit further. How's our cohesion? 100% cohesion. Beautiful. I like it. Okay, so he's moving there to Naranka. This guy can move to this next system. Now that we have had a science ship fly into this system, the system is considered explored, so you can move your other ships in now as well. But we got to wait for him to finish the survey still before we can build that starbase. And we're actually missing a lot of influence to build it anyways, but hopefully by the time the survey is done, we will have saved up enough. Or I should say, produced enough. So yeah, it looks like we got a pretty decent amount of prime real estate. We'll have 4 good colonies coming online in the middle portions of this game, so we really want to build those up and, you know, crank out those hot resources. How are we doing here? We've got 2 more technician jobs available. Huh, it looks like we're going to need... Ooh, what do we got? Orbital Speed Demon. Try to slow it down. Dispatch a drone and attempt to latch onto the object to reduce its momentum. Attempt to halt it. Eject debris to collide with the object, hopefully stopping it in its orbital tracks. Or get away from it. Move out of harm's way and leave the object to its fate. Gains 200 experience. Let's get away from it. That's the safe pick. Alright, what do we want to do here now on Groody Central? I wonder. We definitely want to clear these industrial wastelands. They can GTFO. So that we get 2 more max districts. Okay, so we actually have 2 options here that can garner us... Hi Ryan, welcome back. Only about 10 minutes left in the stream, buddy. So we actually have 2 techs here. This one unlocks the Crystal Mines building, which if we can build it on a planet with the particular planetary feature where there are crystal mines available, you can then construct a crystal mine, and that creates a crystal mining drone job, which will produce some rare crystals for you every month. However, this will also allow you to build mining stations around stellar bodies that are producing rare crystals. However, with rare crystal manufacturing, you can build synthetic crystal plants, which convert 10 minerals every month into 2 rare crystals, and then you can build these synthetic crystal plants on any planet, as opposed to just the crystal mines only being available on planets that have that planetary feature. We're going to get the rare crystal mining, though, because this allows us to build the mining networks in space, which is definitely something we want.
Our special project is complete.
Special project completed. Beautiful. Where was that system with the rare crystals anyways? Oh, it's right up here in Zunur. I see it now. Okay. Maybe we'll encounter some others. Maybe not. Who knows? Okay, so this science ship over here in Shutra, I'm going to set him to automatically explore. Actually, you know what? We could use him doing stuff. You need to do some stuff. We have a whole bunch of anomalies and special projects all over the place. We're going to get him to do those. Maybe not in the most efficient way possible, but whatever. Just work on them until they're all done. That's really all I care about right now. Where else? Oh, down here in Kazoo. Yeah. Anomaly in Kazoo. Aptly named. Oh, hey, I didn't notice this one. It's kind of tough to see. Where else? Here in Ramas. There's one there, but we're going to do this one in Arimadon. Now in Ramas. And here in Feginijad. Oops, whoops. Research anomaly, yes. Once we get the right tech, we can explore this natural wormhole and figure out where its exit point is and then actually use it for travel, which is pretty cool. Okay, what's next? Let's take autonomous synapses. This gives us a +1 research alternative. The reason why we already have an additional one is because we adopted the correct discovery tradition. All right, now we're going to do research labs. We need more researchers. We need to increase our science output. So we're going to create some research drone jobs by constructing that building.
We have surveyed the system.
We have claimed a new nest. Ooh, beautiful. And he's done in Naranka. Let's go ahead and build that mining station. Rock potential. What do... Yeah, let's try it. Grimacing modifier. I don't care about that one. I usually just do the study its natural processes thingamajigger. Huh. This guy over here in Vorsham. You still have a bunch of stuff to do. Alright, let's send this guy over. Actually, let's just get him to automatically explore. Where's he going to go? Oh, perfect. That's where I wanted him to go. Start surveying over there. Now, this construction ship in Naranka, can you... No. This guy's almost done surveying. Getting close. Getting close. Very good. Okay, 2 more things to survey, and then he should be done. We're getting a lot of energy research from this star systems, and that's pretty good. There you go. You're all done there in Naranka. Me likey. All right. I am actually getting sufficiently pooped. It's been a long day. Been an interesting day. Been a fun day. That's for sure. There we go. Okay, so now that we're done surveying, build that starbase there, and that will block off this whole area from our enemies, and we can exploit all those resources. Now, I'm going to want to start thinking about moving up to here, getting us this little area here. Hopefully there's another habitable world somewhere in this section that we can colonize. That'll be really useful, and then we can definitely have these 2 systems, excuse me, as choke points, and then if we expand into here, maybe there's another habitable world somewhere in that area or somewhere in this area, and then we can expand our choke point all the way up to here, and we get a huge swath of this spiral arm under our control. But more importantly, right now we kind of need to focus a little bit more on our internal growth and production, because we have 2 colonies that are under development right now, and we're going to need to worry about them. Alright, population. Let's see, we got 2 menial drones that are unemployed. Let's go ahead and build... Ooh, what do we want? What do we want? What do we want? I don't know. What's on here? I think we need another hive warren on this planet because we're losing amenities, and we're losing a lot of them. So, yeah. Maintenance depots. More amenities. A lot of amenities. Jeez. Let's build these moat harvesting traps right now so we can start getting some moats. And then pops, we're at 51. It'll be a while before we can get to the 55. But we're actually closing in on the end of the evening. And this guy over here in Albany, he is going to build all these research labs because these are very, very, very useful research labs. Misa-likey. Caro's Prime. Let's build an agriculture district as well. Need some more food. So, one of the main things is that you're not necessarily 100% specializing your planets anymore. Especially in the early portions of the game. As you're expanding, your economy will be running into problems. You'll have deficiencies here and there. So you want to rectify those right away, build and construct the necessary buildings, supply the necessary jobs, so that your economy can more or less kind of stabilize a little bit across the board. Later on, you will want to be having planets that do specialize in certain areas, but they're not going to be 100% dedicated to, you know, just science or just minerals or just energy, because some planets you can't do that anyways, because when you colonize a new world and it's like, oh, I want to create this a just energy world, but you can't do that because you can only construct, say, 3 energy districts on it, and then you're boned for trying to specialize that into an energy producing world. You can still have it do that by creating the energy nexus and building all those generated districts and whatnot, so you can still have it creating quite a bit of energy, but you do need to consider what else can I have this planet doing for me. So that's something you really need to think about. It's not just, this is my mineral world, this is my energy world, blah blah blah, and it requires more it causes your different colonies to be a lot more versatile, and I kind of like it. I also like how the early game is drastically sped up as well, because getting all these extra resources this early in the game is really nice. You don't have to survey your home system anymore. You're already getting some bonus resources like minerals and energy from it a little bit. With this jobs system, each job is producing quite a few resources compared to a single building from the old version. So yeah, it's a lot to get used to. I'll be working on some YouTube videos over the next few months in particular to help players transition as well as help new players learn this. Odile the Great, you're showing up right at the end of the stream, dude. It's been actually 2 hours. Colby, I kind of agree. The new voices adding the variety I like, but I wouldn't really say they're better. I do kind of like the simplicity of the basic Veer voice. I find that these new voices, they don't announce everything. And like if multiple things finish, it doesn't update you on all that. The original voice will say survey complete, research complete, colony established. It gives you all those notifications, whereas this one, if 3 or 4 things happen simultaneously, it'll just tell you one of them, like research complete or some crap, and then the rest you're just like, oh hey, the colony's done. Excuse me, I had a big sneeze. God damn. Anyways, that's going to be it for tonight. So, yeah, finally starting that Hive Mind game that everybody's been asking me to do. I don't think it was the best pick for starting off in 2.2, but some are shit too, lol. I kind of agree, Razor. There's a couple that I don't really like. But, yeah, I don't think Hive Mind was really the best pick for the first time I'm playing this, but honestly, I feel like Hive Mind right now is actually easier than a regular Empire, because you don't have to worry so much about happiness, and you don't have to learn a new mechanic, namely with trade routes. So if you want an easier time transitioning into 2.2, try playing as just a plain regular Hive Mind. Maybe not a Devouring Swarm, but just a regular Hive Mind, while you get used to managing your economy and all that jazz. But be aware there are still some major differences. For example, like those agriculture districts generating 3 agro-drone jobs. That's not normal. A regular one will only generate like 2 for a regular organic empire. So just be aware of that. Anyways, I had a lot of fun today. A lot of faces came by to watch today's streams. I greatly appreciate that. We were at about a steady 20 viewers for this stream, whereas the last one we actually spiked up to about 30 for the second half. So lots of people came by. I greatly appreciate that. If there were new faces that came by, feel free to give my channel a follow. I do stream Stellaris Console Edition fairly regularly, even when I'm working. But for the time being, while I'm still not working, I will be streaming this daily, especially now that we have the 2.2 update. Folks need help. Exterminators 2, not having to worry about food or consumer goods is nice. Yeah, machine empires as well. Maybe not exterminators, but machine empires are also a pretty decent way to start getting used to things like the economy in this game, because machine empires don't have to worry about consumer goods just like hive minds, but neither do they have to worry about food. It's just energy, minerals, alloys, strategic resources, but the two basic ones, energy and food, that's all I got to worry about. Hello, what did I miss? Stang, you missed the whole bloody stream, dude. Sorry. You're showing up right at the end. But yeah, that's going to be it for tonight. There's a couple of you that are coming by a little late, but this will be public on YouTube tomorrow, so hopefully you can watch it then, as well as my earlier stream where we checked out all the new stuff that came with the update and the Synthetic Dawn DLC. So a huge thank you to everybody who came by on the Twitch streams today, as well as this one. Greatly appreciate it. I can't express that enough. I'm just very thankful that you guys are spending your time listening to me babble about bullshit. So hopefully that trend continues in the future. Those of you watching this on YouTube in the future, thank you very much for watching. I hope you enjoyed it and found it informational. If you'd like to see more Stellaris Console Edition content, subscribe to the channel. I will definitely be uploading more tips and tricks and tutorials and that kind of stuff for the whole 2.2 conversion over the course of the rest of the month here and into the future. And check out the links in the description below. My Twitch channel, which I stream this off of, my Twitter feed, which is a great way to keep in touch with me, and I'll post important announcements there as well. And lastly, the Discord channel, where several of my viewers have come to congregate and talk about Stellaris Console Edition stuff. You can, of course, join the official Stellaris Discord channel, where it has way more members, and there is even a section just for us console players too. That's also an option. But those who specifically come by to view my stuff, there is a private, pseudo-private channel strictly for my viewers. So, once again, thank you very much for everybody's time. This is Mobius Y signing off. I'll be back again tomorrow with continuing this Hive Mind stream game. So we'll see you then. Thanks, Chrono. I'll see you tomorrow. You take care of the Colby. I'll see you tomorrow as well. Have a good night, everybody.